Is there a place for cryptocurrencies and NFTs in video games? Welcome back, this is Jack. I'm going to start with the disclaimer saying I personally do not like Web3, I do not like cryptocurrencies, and I do not like NFTs. I feel a majority of them are a scam until proven otherwise.
And now the mark, oh! It went to zero! Yeah!
With that said, taking my ego and prejudices out of the equation, I feel that the answer has to come back to yes, there is a place for it, potentially. But there are several rules that it must follow for it to work. First, it cannot be a NFT game or a crypto game. It has to be a game that happens to have cryptocurrencies or happens to have NFTs in it. That is a distinction. This means the game must be able to stand up on its own. It must be a viable and fun game without the NFTs or cryptocurrencies being in it. This does mean that a majority of those play and get paid games could not exist under this rule. Now, with how cryptocurrencies could be in a video game, they have to serve a specific and dedicated purpose. Now, take in mind, premium currencies in video games already almost feel like their own cryptocurrencies in their own right. Well, let's take the Warframe Platinum currency that they use. It can be traded amongst players and is used to buy Prime stuff, and you don't have to buy from the specific Warframe marketplace. You can trade it amongst players, and that makes it a rather unique currency among premium currencies, as most games do not want you to be able to trade between players like that. Instead, you have to use their dedicated store. What makes it not a cryptocurrency is it does not have blockchain technology, so you can track the transaction of the platinum between players. And there is not a finite amount, meaning that there is a variable amount on the marketplace at any given time. If they made it a finite amount, say there was only 100,000 of these coins in existence and their value could fluctuate based on the current moving price of all of it, and there was blockchain technology so you could see it moving around, then it would be a cryptocurrency for the most part. And the third kind of loose optional thing is a player had the option to cash out of it. That could be a third-party market kind of thing. I'm not going to go into that one. How NFTs could be in video game is there's a specific rule I feel it has to follow. It has to serve a larger purpose than just, hey, I want NFTs in this game. Let's make this example. I'm going to say a Fortnite-like game. I don't like Fortnite, but we're gonna say a Fortnite-like game. Once a month, they come out and say, here is 100 of this skin. There's only 100 players who are going to be able to use this skin, and we're having an auction on this day. Bidding starts at $100, and I like using the number 100. It's a lot easier to mine. Now, we'll say it's Ruby from the show Ruby. Players get to run around as her, but only 100 players will be able to. The skin is an NFT, therefore is able to be changed between who owns it. Now, on the initial sale, 70% will go back to the company so they can finance paying for their servers and all that good stuff, and then 30% will go to a dedicated charity tied to that specific skin. So, as an example, let's say they release that skin and then say, this is going to the Trevor Project. So when that skin is bought, 30% of the money that went into each auction would go to the Trevor Project. Now, as an additional note, every time it changed hands and was sold again to another player, a tax would be taken. 7% for the company, 3% to the Trevor Project. So that Ruby skin will forever be making money for the Trevor Project and will help fund the servers and upkeep of the system. In theory, reducing the need for a premium currency store to be shoved down your throat all the time. That doesn't mean it doesn't need to exist, because we are once again talking about customized skin, so it's going to be a thing. It just doesn't need to be as big of a deal, especially if the game was free to begin with. Of course, for this to exist, you would have to have also a cryptocurrency to facilitate the trade amongst players and all that stuff, and then you could do the whole buy, whatever. But once again, this is talking about a battle royale game in its own right that was fun and people enjoyed. It just happened to have these other things for a purpose. It has a dedicated purpose that is not the game, but works in conjunction with the game for it to exist. I'm going to be further up front. I don't like the idea of like Epic Games saying, we're going to do this. We're going to do this because I feel like or EA does it because I feel like it's them being greedy. They don't need this kind of startup to continue financing and building a system. But more than likely, that's what we will see. We will see Square Enix is already pushing a NFT game, and I'm highly disappointed in them. We're hearing that Pokemon might be doing the same thing. Disappointed in them too. But hey, it is what it is. And I believe us as consumers need to challenge them on that, but that's a whole nother topic. but this is my thoughts and insight on this topic. Once again, full disclaimer, do not like NFTs, do not like cryptocurrencies, do not like Web3, and I think 99.9% of them are a scam. So anyway, see y'all on the next one. Y'all know what to do.